Summer sweat and strong showings at camps have helped Maryville lineman Dylan Jackson, class of 2015, catch the eyes of SEC coaches. Vanderbilt was the first one to offer.
It was really exciting. I mean, it's the first one, so it's obviously always great to pick up your first one because obviously others will come after it. But it's a great experience just getting it and meeting a bunch of guys out there going to camps and meeting everybody.
It didn't take long for that second SEC offer to come in. Tennessee has its eyes on the big fella as well.
It's great. I mean, I haven't lived here my whole life, but I've adopted the tradition just growing up here for the past couple of years. So getting that offer means a lot.
Obviously has some physical traits that, are God-given. He's 6'6" and, 235 pounds, but he's not just used those God-given abilities. He's tried to, make them better.
Head coach George Quarles says that work ethic will help the program on and off the field.
It's a feather in our cap, too, and, those guys get offered by, Vanderbilts and Tennessees, and that makes us look good. So we're always excited about that. And with him being recruited, more traffic coming through here. Some of our other guys get noticed as well.
Jackson says he's going to take his time before he decides where he'll play his college ball. In the meantime, teams have 2 more years in high school to prepare for him. Terry Brooks, 10 Sports. Greenback High School players handle the hard days of practice and the nervousness before a big game the same way. A little video game action. New head coach Jason Hicks, who was the offensive coordinator last season, sees the benefits of letting the team blow off some steam playing PlayStation.
And on Friday nights they get really competitive with it, so they have a lot of fun with it, and we like for them to relax before the games. Used to be really competitive. There's been times where we've had to go in there and separate them a little bit, but it's all in good fun.
It's a lot of fun, unless you lose. I mean, it's pretty competitive.
Running back Jordan Anderson sometimes says that it's more competitive in the locker room than it is on the field.
It depends on if we're playing a good team or a bad team. If we're playing a good high school team, we don't really get into the game as much. But if we're playing one of the teams that we don't really worry about, this game's usually more competitive.
Hicks says another benefit is that some players are able to understand schemes by playing the game.
Yeah, and it's fun now watching them run some of the stuff we do on offense, and so they know what's going on. And so they try to game plan it a little bit. It's pretty fun to watch.
While some might say playing video games is a little unorthodox, Greenback was 10-2 last year and made the playoffs with the ritual of pregame gaming. You can't argue with results. Terry Brooks, 10 Sports. Riley Branch is your typical 4-year-old with his toys and his passion for swinging. And oh yeah, Riley loves to swing his golf clubs too. After his mother discovered Riley was having fun hacking up a little spot next to the house, she called about putting him in a golf camp.
It was for Ruggles Ferry Golf Camp, but I asked him since he was 4, if he could come to the golf camp, and they said that they would see him hit and see if he could play as well as the 6-year-olds.
I thought he was way too young. I thought that he wouldn't do good. At first he had a hard time listening to me on what I would try to tell him to hit the ball, but then again I thought, well, maybe it would be a good thing him hearing it from somebody else trying to teach him.
Riley went to the camp and played in the tournament with kids older and held his own, finishing in the middle of the pack with kids 6 to 12 years old. But he was clearly the best 4-year-old out there. Well, he was the only 4-year-old out there.
I did really good. I hit the golf ball good.
Riley hasn't decided his future yet. He still has other things he likes to do besides golf.
I play Angry Birds.
So are you better at Angry Birds or golf?
Angry Birds.
And maybe if golf or a career playing Angry Birds doesn't work out, he could fall back as a reporter.
This is Riley for Channel 10.
Kobe Hyde will watch his Powell Panthers play without him this season.
I mean, I'm always there for them no matter what. Whatever they need, I'm there for them.
Cheering his teammates on is something Kobe's happy to do after all he's endured thanks to one faithful night.
It was March the 2nd. We hydroplaned. It was like kind of black ice, kind of. We hydroplaned, flipped like 5 times. And my friend, he walked away fine, but I guess all the rattling, I had like brain lesions. It's like little cuts in the brain, and I stayed I was in a coma for 7 days.
While Kobe was in the hospital, the community of Powell held a prayer vigil. His teammates appreciate just how far he's come.
It's just inspiring, because where he was, laying in a hospital bed, we think he may not ever be able to walk again. He has brain damage, all this stuff. And it really hit the community hard. And to see where he is now walking around, and just what God's blessed him with, his health back, it's just really inspiring to know that play every play like it's your last, because anything can happen in a split second. And you can be laid in a hospital bed or dead.
It's a miracle, really. He's such a nice guy, and God gave him a second chance.
And with that second chance, Kobe enjoys the camaraderie with his teammates now more than ever.
That means the world to me, that I can still be a part of the team. Not help out like the way I want to help, but just any way, any small way, it's good.
And he loves the game. He's just so excited whenever he's around, and he loves being around.
When I first met him and got the job, he was still in the hospital, and he showed so much progress since that time. Never asked why he's in the situation. He just gets up every day and works to get better, but he's an inspiration to anybody that's around him. It's hard to come to practice or work and complain about anything when Kobe would give anything to be out there, and he's the one not complaining about anything. So I think that rubs off on our kids.